Notice of deficiency. This is the concept of the IRS sending you a notice that they believe additional tax is owed. It usually follows a standard audit. And the audit may include 1 year or it could include 3 years. The assessment statute is a 3-year period, so for a lot of reasons, that's why you might have your audit cover more than 1 year. Okay, usually not more than 3 at a time, but ultimately up to 3 years. The notice of deficiency indicates, from a procedural standpoint, the time you have to petition the tax court, the U.S. tax court, to keep that question of what the tax is for that audit period that's owed open, and to prevent it from going final and becoming part of collections. Now, if you miss that period, it's possible to still rehash the issues through audit reconsideration, but in that situation, you're subject to collections. It's a final assessment. You still have to pay, or at least account for your ability to pay, while rehashing the issue of how much you owe. So a notice of deficiency is your indicator. It usually has a stamp on the top of the cover page that indicates the last date of petition to the tax court, and this requires that a petition is filed, keeping the issue open. Almost all cases are automatically routed to IRS appeals, which means you get to go right back and get that second bite of the apple with the actual revenue agency, in this case the IRS. And you have about 60 days where you've paused the finality of the assessment. You have some time to gather records that maybe weren't available during the initial audit, and you might be able to resolve it out of court, and that is certainly an advantageous way to try to pursue it. Worst case scenario, you can go to tax court and argue the issues there before the judge, and that's your final hearing on the matter. The state side is these petitions. On the state side, the agencies have different things that they call it, but for example, by way of example, the Board of Equalization will have a petition and determination. This is where you have 30 days instead of 90 days to file a petition for redetermination, wherein you need to gather your records and either submit to an appeals hearing, a settlement conference, or go before the Board of Equalization, which is a pretty serious endeavor. The goal there is to, again, gather the records that weren't available in the initial audit and try to get the matter resolved. Worst case scenario, you go before the Board of Equalization, argue issues there. So I hope you're enjoying these videos wherein I'm trying to connect with you and give you a sense of what to expect when you reach out to me for assistance with the tax issue or tax questions. If you enjoy this format and you'd like me to try to answer some questions for you using this format, please write into me and let me know what your questions are. I'd be happy to try to address them in these videos. Also, if you just have a question in general, just reach out and give me a call.